Good morning to you on this Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014. Welcome into Wake Up with Al. We are live in New York. Al will be joining us in just a few minutes, but first I want to get you out the door with your top 3 weather stories. And we have some messy weather to report, especially along the East Coast. We do have a front, and it stretches from the northeast all the way down to the south, and we do have energy in the atmosphere that's going to continue to keep it messy, not only today, but also as we head into tomorrow. And we have freezing rain, which is, I think, probably the worst weather besides like whiteout conditions and stuff when you're just talking about basic weather. Freezing rain is the worst. I'll let you know where. Otherwise, it is chilly, well below average. Chicago, Bismarck, Sault Ste. Marie, we're about 3 degrees below average, even down into St. Louis, 6 degrees below average through the day today. Then sweet, sweet rain in California. Oh, this is just like candy. We need so much rain here. We're obviously not going to bust the drought, but we are going to see much needed rain here into California. We'll take anything that we can certainly get. So what is that wintry mess going to consist of? Who's going to see the freezing rain? Keith has a look at that. So our highs today are going to be on the chilly side. That jet stream taking a bit of a dip, but then we're actually going to see milder temperature move in. So it's really just a short blast of the cool air, and then the warm air is actually going to expand and stretch all the way throughout the northern border here. So our highs are going to be more towards average. Tomorrow, you can see it is chilly still. Minneapolis, we're going to be at 10 below. Thursday, we're going to moderate a bit. You can see that it's not going to be as cold as we start heading towards the end of the week. All right, want to get you up to speed on your morning headlines. And speaking of tornadoes, incredible video out of western Mississippi this morning. A funnel cloud spotted in Yazoo County yesterday. Your 7-day forecast is in 2 minutes, but first, those of us waking up early, well, not all of us, by the way. I don't drink coffee. Al doesn't drink coffee, but I know a lot of you do drink coffee at home, and a lot of you will do anything to get that fixed. And one Alaska man is taking that to a whole new extreme. Lacey Grosvlod has the story.
There you go.
Wow.
That'll get the blood flow. You don't need caffeine if you're going to step out in that cold in the morning. That'll wake you up.
You know what those sled dogs and Keith Carson have in common?
What's that?
They both can run and poop at the same time. They're trained for that. They're trained for that.
Wow. Keith, would you like to show us? Let's talk about why we are seeing the wintry mess in the Northeast. Reason number 1, we have our high pressure. This is bringing in some cold air near the ground. And then we have low pressure coming up from the south, and that's bringing up the moisture. So you have that moisture going over the cold air. Voila. What does that equal? That's going to equal some of that frozen stuff. So we do have freezing rain advisories from central PA down towards West Virginia over into the Natty. That means rain's going to freeze when it comes on contact right at the surface. We have cold air basically just where we are located. So here is some of that freezing rain. I mean, it's not really getting to the ground right now. You might have a few spits of snow, maybe a little icy here and there, kind of those areas that are prone to it, but it's not going to be a huge freezing rain event, and we also aren't going to see a lot of it accumulating. That doesn't mean that you're in the clear. We just aren't going to see a massive amount of it. So through the day today, you can follow hour by hour. We do have the system that's going to be riding up the East Coast, and it gets reinforcement as we head into tomorrow. So it basically lasts today, tonight, and as we head into tomorrow, and then things start to clear out and calm down, and Mother Nature kind of taps out for a minute. So tomorrow, we will see that nasty weather anywhere from central PA all the way moving into Maine. Is the Christmas tree lighting out tomorrow or Thursday?
It's tomorrow.
I think this is going to be cleared out by the time you guys are doing that.
Yeah, tomorrow night, the tree gets lit about 8:55, and about 9 I get lit.
I was going to say, when do you get lit? That's all I care about.
I start early, baby. Is Friday with a temperature of about 30 degrees.
Tomorrow's going to be the one that's going to hurt 20 for a high.
That's going to leave a mark. All right, let's get you up to speed on your headlines this morning. Drivers with Keith Carson. But first, months after they finally conquered this wildfire, they've got a new challenge now because of all the rain hitting Southern California.
See, what happens is the roots of plants and trees actually keep the soil in place, and without those there, they have the possibility of mudslides. And Tony Ginyard of KMBC has the story.
Yeah, first not enough and then too much.
Isn't that how it always is? We can never get enough, though, of Keith Carson.
That's right. Who's ready in case there is some flooding in Atlanta?
Yes, Al, I am.
All right, thanks so much, Keith. Well, we've got cold, we've got messy weather, and we got flu season.
Yeah, and while you can't put it off, you can at least fight it. So we've got a little rain, we got a little snow, we got a freezing rain, we've got it all, we got a mixed bag, if you will.
That's
it's not my bag, baby.
Well, you know whose bag it is? Tom Izzo's bag, baby.
Californians' ongoing drought underscores a need that will only grow in a changing climate, and that need, of course, is water.
So our Rick Adams takes us to the Arizona desert. He's looking at an experiment that's designed to help us learn so much more about this vital resource.
We now want to have a look at your next 12 hours, and I'm going to Vanna plaid myself to the other side so that you can see the maps here. Go hour by hour, the upper right-hand corner of your screen. By the way, if you're visiting New Orleans, you know that you can take tours of all the cemeteries. They're all very extravagant and very unique down there.
People are dying to get in.
Hey, Roker, he'll be here all week, people. That's something you can do. It sounds odd, but it is something you can do. Throughout the Midwest here, you know, maybe if you're down in Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, go for a horseback riding lesson or something. I mean, you got to mix it up in life and try stuff you think that you wouldn't like. Maybe you'd be surprised. And as we take you down south, this is a good place to do the horseback riding, perhaps maybe Texas, Oklahoma, and Wichita with all those cowboys. Temperatures are going to top out into the 40s, which is on the cool side for Dallas. I mean, you know, 40 degrees in Dallas, that's nothing to laugh at. Now, as we head you into the northwest, our temperatures are also going to be on the cool side, starting off hour by hour into Missoula, into the teens. We are going to be warming up, though. As you get some of that daytime heating, you can see we'll get above freezing from Seattle down into Portland. Portland has so many fun things to do, and they have this place called the Voodoo Donut Shop. The line is usually around the corner, but they make freaky donuts. They make weird donuts. Look it up online. It's really kind of a cool thing.
The bacon maple donut.
The bacon maple donut. They actually have a voodoo donut. They have like different types of cereals on top of donuts. It might give you some ideas for what baking at home.
All right. Well, speaking of wild type of things, a wild day of freezing rain, sleet, and snow on tap for millions of us.
Yes, as the wintry mess pushes east, major cities like D.C., Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, you're in the zone, in the danger zone.
And guys, I got to tell you, it's hard for me down here in Atlanta when it's 70-something. I wanted to get a Christmas tree, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm waiting for the temperature to drop a little bit first.
Well, I have an idea, Keith. You can get your jacket, take a bunch of ice, just pack your jacket with ice,
right.
you know, and then
he'll feel more at home.
Come on, get creative.
Right. Well, here's something you never thought you'd see: lamb chops in space.
Actually falling from space.
Much needed rain.
It obviously worked.
Yeah, much needed rain plunging to Southern California. How much and how long? Coming
We're
up.
going to let you know.